Welcome to BBL Live, home of the news for the best baseball in the world, the Boom Baseball League. Today we are joined with a special guest, manager Jarren Giaimo. Sit back and enjoy the show. What's up, BBL Live? It's the commissioner, Boom McDougal here, with one-time BBL champion, manager Jarren Giaimo. How you doing today?
Been great. I can't wait to get this underway.
So, Coach Giaimo, I have to ask, it's been a long time coming, but you finally got your first ring in the last tournament of the season. How does that feel, and how do you think your guys are going to build off of that going into next year?
I mean, it's been the last ring for a long time. I mean, we had the hardest route to the title. We played everyone in pool games, and we still had only lost, I think, 2 games there. And then as soon as we jumped into the playoffs, we played Hayden round 1, which was very tough. But Hal Newhouser, he looked very flat out there. I don't think that was his best stuff that day. And then the next day, we just laced him up against the Flamingos after they had a great game against Michael. And we just did our part. Raleigh Fingers had an RBI. We still talk about that down at the locker room every day. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to carry on to the next season. We still have the pictures. We still have the trophy hanging up in the rafters, and we're gonna raise a banner on opening day.
That's great stuff. I know a lot of people were rooting for you to win your first ring. So, more of a tough question here. There's been the headlines for the BBL have been surrounding the hatred for Yamim and the kind of still over the cloud of cheating over Harrison Maroney, even though he did relocate. How do you feel about those cheating scandals, and how do you think he was properly punished?
I mean, I feel if you burn a house, if you start a fire in a house and you leave the house, do you just say the fire's done because you're not there anymore? No. I mean, you were the one responsible. You should be held accountable. I mean, I don't feel like a 1 tournament suspension does enough for him. He sits on the game, so it doesn't really matter for him. You know, as for Yemen, I mean, that's just a scary part of the world. I don't want to travel there personally. That's why I had my scrimmage in Lake Dallas. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. Yemen, they're a good coach, but it's I don't know, man. The international teams, they hate each other. We're gonna have to really keep an eye on those two. They hate each other, and for good reason. I mean, cheaters are gonna cheat, and I don't know what's gonna stop him from cheating now. He's already been caught, but he doesn't care, I don't think.
So, you brought up international teams, which leads me to my next point. You're in the West, which consists of 3 international teams: Venezuela, Fiji, and Yemen. We don't quite know where your team's going to be this year. There's been talks about you relocating, but how do you think your guys are going to be able to do? Most likely you'll be in America. It's not confirmed, but either way, you're going to have to be traveling around the world in your division games. So, you think fatigue is going to play a part this year for your team?
Definitely, but I feel like it's going to be that way for us, for the teams we're playing as well. Definitely, geographical location will play a factor in where we play this year. Fiji's a long flight wherever you are on the globe, as well as Yemen. But Venezuela, we could do that. It won't be that long, but I feel like all the teams in the Western Division will have a tough time with flights and sleeping, time change. I feel like the times are really just going to mess with everyone. I feel like the jet lag could really have a big impact on the way people are playing this year, especially in the West Division. It's just going to be tough. But April 23rd, my guys will be ready.
So, how do you think, there's clearly two top favorites in your division. People are kind of counting your guys out. How do you think your team will do in that West Division, and what are your expectations for you this year?
I think we're going to be a solid third place team. I do. Second place right now, I feel like these 2 teams are just going to beat up on each other, and hopefully one of them doesn't get up, and we can just hit them right after they get back up. if we can steal a second spot, we will. Whether it be from Fiji or Yemen. Personally, I believe Fiji is a tougher team to play. I mean, going into that Statesman, those fans, especially Bert, I hate that guy, but he gets the guys going up there. You don't have that in Yemen. You just have the bombers there, and that's just scary. Just getting on the runway is scary. But I feel like my division's pretty easy. I think I can get a solid third place, and if the Jackets and the Flamingos beat up on each other enough, maybe I'll be able to steal a game against one or the other.
Yeah. So, do you have anything left to say? You know, we've talked about your division a lot. We've talked about Yemen a little bit. Anything to your fans? Anything to other managers? Just anything you want to say here?
Enjoy it. This doesn't last forever. The BBL is a great opportunity for us to grow the game we love, and I think we need to just take advantage of it. You know, not start as many rivalries as we have. They're great for the game, though. Our ratings have never been higher going into the new season, and I mean, it's going to be a great season. I can't wait for it. The other managers, you know, we do get along with our other managers. You know, at the yearly dinner meeting, we always like to talk about, you know, baseball. And come Thursday night, when we see the teams that we'll be graded with, and we'll start to build that roster we've wanted forever, it's going to be a hell of a ride, and I just can't wait for it.
Well, I think we mutually share that excitement. I'm excited to see your guys on the field. Maybe we'll meet in the playoffs this first tournament. But it was a pleasure. Again, that was the one-time BBL champion, Jarren Giaimo. His location and team is still to be decided. But stay tuned for that, and we're excited to see where your team lands.
All right, thank you. Jeff the Jackets.
Thank you for listening. See you next time on BBL Live, home of the Boom Baseball League.